Hello and welcome to yet another dimension. I am Jeremy, and this is
Lucid Espresso.
I forgot I can't really move because the mic. And we just watched episode 9 of Trigun Stampede.
Million Knives.
Ooh, it's a ghost. It's a ghost.
It's a ghost.
So I'm excited to see what they do with Millions Knives because he's a very interesting character, and they did a little change in this. So what you think of this episode? Because I liked it. Oh,
all right. So you know how I didn't rate the last episode because I felt like it was 2 parts, right?
Yeah, I mean this is the second part of the flashback, and then it goes to the present. But go ahead.
And I did call it that this episode was gonna last up until halfway through, and then go back to the present. Mm-hmm. I thought they did a great job, and like, from the storytelling
point of view
or perspective, that's the word I'm looking for. We got the flashback of those characters, right? We're like, okay, these are Vash's like second family. They're living with them. And, he's like, he's being cared for.
Brad and Ludia.
Yeah, and then it also explains what happened to his arm, and then the reason why he got that arm, and that ties in perfectly to going into the present where he's getting it worked on by Brad. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, they did that really good because now it's not like, oh, his arm's cracking, what the hell, and then you just all suddenly he just gets it fixed by some random guy. Like that would have sucked. That would have made no sense. But Brad was the one who gave him the arm, and he was the one who's doing maintenance on it. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I did like that.
So I like because in this one they give Knives more of a reason to hate humans.
Yes. Okay. So I didn't want to go too deep into my explanation.
I mean, yeah, we can.
But as we progress forward, that was another thing I did like. But from like I said, from the storytelling
perspective. That
So,
word. That's a hard word to say sometimes, man. I feel
today.
You're fine. You could just sign language.
Yeah. I don't even know sign language either.
You're throwing out gang signs. It's not allowed on YouTube. 8 minutes is 8 minutes in. It's allowed gang sign. So. I'm not gonna do it until somebody like a gang member actually sees it and then come after us.
Sorry, I'm with the Maki mallet.
Oh yeah, the Maki. Just need to know that name.
But I just like how they did this backstory leading into the present and not leaving out any beats to what led afterwards. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was pretty cool. So overall, but they did explain a lot.
Yeah,
I mean a lot.
They're really going deep into the plants because in the original series they didn't. Like the plants are seen as like a living being, yes, right? It's like something to take care of, but humans cannot live without them. So, and they were, I don't know, were they created by humans? I think they were created by humans.
They were the guy in the flashback, the one who ended up getting murdered by Knives. Anyways, he's like harsh words to say, right? He's like, Lily, they were born to serve humans.
Yes.
Which I don't think so because, again, we are told that humans came from Earth.
Yeah,
but
they destroyed
it.
I mean, what we're doing right now. Yeah.
Pretty much what we're doing right now with our planet. Mm-hmm. We're just destroying it.
And eventually we're going to have to go outside of our planet.
We made this colony arc. They're leaving Earth because it's literally desolate. It's destroyed. I think at some point they were explaining that the twins are the reason why most of the colonies didn't make it.
Oh yeah, it was because of Knives and
Vash. But
I have a question about don't let me forget about this question I have. Okay.
But I'm assuming that on top of your question, I think humans did create the plants, or maybe they were formed birth from plants, and they're just like, oh, this is interesting, blah blah blah.
So the question is, okay, so I understand why he hates humans now because humans, you kind of just use up plants, and like he's a plant, so he sees like a bond with the plants. And he sees how they treat them, and like the guy says, like, oh, they're here to be used by us, and that's it. Like they're happy to be used. Okay, so why did he? I don't understand why he
screaming in pain though.
Yeah, so I understand that. So it gives him more sympathy for why he's doing that. It makes it more sense. Why was he? Why did he crash the colony in the first place though? Did he hate humans then?
So yeah, that's another thing that's like left out because like I'm assuming like I don't think Vash and Knives were the only plant humanoids. I think there was others, but they probably died in the explosion.
Oh, so he probably sees
how they've been treated before.
Yeah, because they didn't. Did they really show how they were treated? No, they didn't really show it. But I guess you can
Rem
infer.
was the only person that cared for them.
That's what I'm saying. Like Rem is the only one that really cared for him. Yeah.
But see, that's what I'm thinking. Like I think there's more to the backstory because Rem treated them as if they were humans.
Yeah,
like
because
here's your birthday. Knives was like, it's not our birthday. It's like we're clones. We don't age, whatever. But
I think in the original one, they show the backstory like midway through the series, and they show the humans mistreating them. Like Vash is like, okay, well, Rem is like, he goes to the teachings of Rem is like, don't hurt nobody, but Knives, like they're mistreated badly, so he turns on them. But like in this, they didn't show that really. I don't think. But
I think they're saving that.
They're saving. Okay.
There has to be more to the reason why you're crashing the colony because like what happens in this backstory takes place. Way
because he's working with humans.
Yeah, he's working with them.
So I mean, he could just be using them to keep them alive, the plants. Yeah. But once they go in there, like they see they're all dying, the red plants, like he just goes off and he starts murdering them. It was wild. And then Vash comes in, like this where it stops at where he comes in and he sees Knives, and he tries to stop him from killing him. And then Ludia finds him. And you thought they were gonna gonna die. Yeah, I thought she was gonna die, but she survives.
I mean, like at one point, like me thinking that she was gonna die, kind of like changed my mind because I was like, well, she didn't bring the jacket.
No, she did. Yeah, it would make
because he has to go back and get the jacket. So what he's gonna do? Go back and be like, hey, here's Ludia's dead body.
Yeah,
leave. Like we don't want anything to do with you. Grab the jacket and go. But that didn't happen, right? But understandably, Vash ended up losing his arm, which like that explains a lot to the backstory.
Yeah, that was interesting.
In the gun, we get to see where he got the gun from.
Yeah, so he's just given a gun though.
He took the gun off of one of the dead guys, and gave it to Vash, and told him to shoot Ludia.
Yeah, he doesn't have any connection with the gun then. In this. Yeah, like the guns are not important.
Not important.
Yeah, he could have just because the guns are more important because he gives them the gun. Yeah. Like he makes the gun for them. So and like the guns come apart, and then what happens to his arm happens with the gun.
That's the thing with the original series. Right?
It's more of like a Western. This is not as much as a Western.
Exactly. But this one has so much. This series has so much detail to explain.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
The reason why I'm saying that this is going to be a lot longer.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the second season, man.
There's going to be a second season.
Yeah, it has to be.
But we lost the lighthearted, funny jokiness because like every beat of an episode has been something serious. Right?
Yeah, it has a lot of substance to it.
Yeah, so it's like you
can't really pay. You have to pay attention.
Yeah, something that's episodic you can make jokingly. You can like make comedy out of it. But with this one, I think the most of the comedy that we got.
Hold on,
was the first two episodes.
Yeah, yeah.
After that, it's been just very, very serious, and I like it.
Look, I like it, but you can mix comedy with seriousness. Anime does it all the time. We just watched
a few.
Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is goofy as hell, but they mix in with the serious.
Yes.
But and it's still good.
After like the fights are over.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we could do that.
When you have the bad guys on the screen, it's hard to be jokingly.
I agree. They're super serious. When the bad guys like Muzan, you can't ever joke around with him.
They don't joke around with any of the demons that they fight.
Yeah,
because,
but
like, it's that serious. I think like probably Zenitsu was the only one who joked around with it in his fights because like he's definitely afraid of like demons and spiders. So like when he was fighting the spider demon, he was like freaking out. It was really hilarious. He like passed out, and the guy was like, "Are you serious right now?" And then like,
but that's him. That's him as a character.
That's just his character.
No matter what, he's gonna be goofy.
Even with Inosuke, like Inosuke always wants to one up Tanjiro, so like it gets kind of comedic, but it's like, bro, this kind of like your life is on the line. But then it gets serious when like he realizes that I'm finna die.
I like that.
I need some help, possibly some milk, but
like, I don't want to talk about Demon Slayer. We'll talk about Demon Slayer when we review it.
When we get to the review for the movie.
Yeah.
Because we went to go see that yesterday. Yes, seriousness can be done with comedic relief, but most of the time. But we have, like, seen every episode had a bad guy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say.
No, that's just the tone that they go with. Right. They're going with the seriousness.
Yeah.
I just, man, Vash is.
I feel like they might get back to the funniness.
Please, just a little bit, because more like Roberto and Meryl are comedic. Like they had a comedic moment when they're in like the area with all the grass, and like and Meryl, she doesn't even know what a flower is. That's how bad it is on this planet. Yeah. Like she had to explain. Ludia had to explain a flower.
Yeah, and that's how you know that Meryl is not from Earth.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she was born on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's mostly because Vash, he is like he is such what's it call it? He's melancholic. He's like a sad boy. Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, he's so emo.
He's
so emo.
I'm just used to him being the other way. Okay, it's okay to be emo.
Yeah,
I just like.
I mean, the opening song is a very emo song.
It is, and it's a great song.
It's a really good.
So I'm just gonna accept that he is an emo boy in this.
Yes,
and I have the original to look back on because this is still good.
Yeah, I think they just don't want to, make it beat for beat like the original, because we see some of the characters that have similar names, but like again,
like the Beast, yeah,
exactly similar name, but their character model is completely different.
Oh yeah,
and the way they fight or do things is completely different. Like I forgot.
What, the Beast?
Yeah, the Beast.
Zanny's? I don't know.
Zanny's.
Starts with a Z.
Yeah,
it's in the book.
Yeah, it's in the book. His character was
the worm.
He looked more like a cowboy in the original.
Oh yeah.
He used 2 double Colt 45s. It look like.
Everybody uses a gun.
In the original.
Well, most people do.
Yeah, because it was more of a western.
Yeah, even they made a saxophone a kind of a gun, but it uses like sound. Exactly. But I thought that was cool. But
yeah, but then in this series, like he's more like your skin tone mixes.
Yeah.
And then he controls the worms more instead of what he did in the original series. Like I know he controlled like worms in the last one.
Yeah.
But in this one, he used them primary instead of guns. He doesn't even have guns on him.
And it's actually something interesting they're doing.
And not only that, he lasted a lot longer.
Yeah.
In this series compared to the other one.
It's like one episode.
Because it's very episodic. So like every character, every villain that they come across plays a long role in the story. So it's not like, oh, here's a bad guy. Come to collect your bounty. Dead. All right, move on. Next episode. Different city.
Very episodic.
Yeah, it's very episodic. This one, it's like, I can understand the reason why it's always a serious tone. And people are like, oh, I missed a comedic release.
Just give me like 2 episodes.
Vash eating donuts and just being funny. But like, it's every bad guy that shows up, it's playing a serious role.
Let me just get the beach episode. let me get the sand episode because there's no beaches.
There are no beaches.
It's not like I don't like this because I have the original. I can always look back on, and I'm glad it's not exactly the same. I would not want exactly the same. I still want the spirit of it, and it does have the spirit of it. Yeah. And the story is always been interesting. The world is interesting. It's like they're expanding the world more. And I like it a lot. And also, like you're talking about with the Beast, the worm guy. In this, like, I didn't even think, like, it was interesting because he's a worm. That's his home planet. The plants and the humans, they came to their planet.
Yeah.
So he asked Meryl and Roberto, like, when he kidnaps them, like, who's more beneficial for worms, humans or plants? So he's like, there's a third side to it. So he might like go off on his own. It's interesting.
Like, again, even during that part, he's not the ones who was chosen by Knives to like work with Knives. He's a guest.
Yeah, he's a guest.
Because I don't take order from you.
Yeah.
I'm a guest of Knives.
He's about to get killed.
Yeah,
That
kid's dead. That kid's dead as hell.
Once Knives figures out.
Yeah, because he doesn't work under Knives.
Yeah, because the doctor's like, what do you bring him here for? So
exactly.
He's like, So that was interesting. Because at first I didn't really, like, why is this worm guy still around? Like, he's not interesting. But then, like, he says that. I was like, oh, I never thought of it. Because, like, who was the true inhabitants of this world? It's the worms.
It's the worms, not the plants or humans.
You don't even think of them as, like, conscious, like, life form.
It explains why, like, in the series, you see so many type of worms, like big ones, little ones.
You do,
giant ones. Because that's their planet.
Yeah. And that's why they're always probably getting attacked, because they think they're kind of trying to come, like, take over their planet. So, yeah, that's interesting. And also, one other interesting thing that happens is, like, when he loses his arm, Vash loses his arm, he like it becomes a black hole.
Yeah.
Now Knives does that once in the series. Like he kills the mentor for Wolfwood like that. He like puts him to a black hole. But the Vash, I mean, I guess like their arms do transform, so like they have that ability.
Yeah.
So, but it was about to suck up everybody. So.
Yeah, but see, the thing is that Vash lost his arm, so like we won't see it transform like it does in the original. Because in the original, he still had his arm; it just turned into like a weapon.
Yeah.
By using the guns.
Yes.
Reason why the guns were so important, but in this one, the guns aren't needed.
They went away from the Western theme because like I noticed it more. Since watching this, I was like, oh yeah, this doesn't seem as a Western as much. I do like Westerns, but this is interesting. It's more sci-fi, I guess.
The reason why Trigun was a Western, like a post-apocalyptic anime, because that was the theme
popular
back then.
Yeah. Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, like all 98.
Yeah, like all that was like the thing.
I love it
like,
though.
Those space cowboy stuff, like everybody was all about it. So Trigun was another one of those series. And if you guys all forgot about Outlaw Star, I recommend looking that up.
Oh yeah, that's really overlooked.
Good. That was another like kind of Western style cowboy-ish like, space. That was really good. But again, like I'm saying, they're deviating from that because that's probably what wasn't originally written. It was just popular at the time to give it views. And don't get me wrong, I loved it.
Yeah,
every bit of it. You know, and we all know that because like again, there's like I'm the sheriff of this town and. You know, the owner of this town's daughter's been captured, blah, 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 you know. But, again, we're deviating from that, right?
Oh, yeah, they deviated so a lot. Like, they're just on a sand planet. Yeah. It's like more it's more Star Wars than, Western, I guess.
Yeah, there's so much to Trigun. And now, like, when I go back and think about it, it's like, yeah, it was a good story. It was really good. But then you think about it, it's like, they didn't really explain shit.
No, they didn't.
It was very episodic. It's like Knives
very
doesn't show up until the second to the last episode.
Yeah, like fully, like he's in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like finally. Oh, shit. And then they like, you know, you're just like, who the fuck is this guy? It's been brought out all the time. Like, look at his fucking retarded ass haircut. he had a shitty haircut.
It's just like a short haircut.
Yeah, it looked dumb.
It's whatever, man. And Vash's is better, yeah. And this, I think his haircut on this one looks really I have to agree. His hairstyle is better in this. Yeah. So I don't act like I just like the original one. I think his is better in this because this is just it's nothing. It's just a short buzz cut.
Yeah, and we have yet to see what Knives actually fully look like when he's fully clothed.
Yeah.
So far we only just saw him in a cloak.
Also, I don't know because he just used those knives. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, he like made kind of like Wolverine claws with them.
I don't know.
And then he also used them on his legs.
Yeah. So I don't know if he has like the ability to like wield them like he did in the third episode, and like he was wearing that. I don't know what it was.
He learned that later on.
Yeah,
but now we know that he can use it on his body because then that adds him. Not only does he has close range, but he also have far range combat, which makes it very difficult for Vash.
Yeah,
because Vash only has those bullets. And what happens when you run out of bullets? You got to reload. You got 1 million knives.
Yeah, and like, why was he called like? What's his name? Knives in the original one, where he uses gun. Like, but it makes more sense because he actually used knives. It's just a weird name, millions of knives, but now he's literally. I guess it's like literal that he's used millions of knives. But this is focused on him. But then, you know, like, oh yeah, I mean, I think we covered everything in this episod.
Yeah,
so
we
far.
did.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think this is a good
other than
episode
Ludia and Brad using technology to prolong the age for centuries.
Oh yeah. So they come back. They're older. I mean, Ludia look way older than Brad. I think Brad looking good still.
Yeah, Brad looks.
Maybe that's just the CG.
No, I think it's because Brad sleeps longer in the cryo chamber.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
Where she probably stayed out to care for Vash.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking, man, it must be sad for not nice, but he don't care about humans. Vash, that he sees all these people like get old and old.
That's why it sucks. That's why it sucks to be immortal.
Yeah, I hate it, man. It's like you're like my third generation of people. Yeah. I'm really 150.
Why are you using my story, bro?
I'm because. Did you copyright it?
No, bro.
All right, then I already cooked it.
I've been here way longer.
You owe me some money. You owe me some money.
Okay. I've been on this planet way too long.
You're only 100. You're only 100.
Okay.
I'm 150. So get level up. I'm my own grandpa, if that makes sense. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot to like. This episode is good when you have a lot to talk about. Like last one is just like it was an episode.
Yeah, because you're like, there's more to it.
Yeah,
there's more to it. This was really good.
Yeah.
So we get to see the doctor early.
So
see Vash lose his arm after creating a black hole, which is like, it was funny because like Knives like, oh, you idiot. Like he's like, you're doing that now?
Yeah, I actually had some sympathy for Knives in this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Humans suck.
That's like the best stories when they show how much we suck. Like, be good to each other.
Yeah, we're not like, see, that's crazy because like we're not the only one in the world that feels this way. Like even like creators.
Yeah.
Like they all like, human beings suck.
I agree. Yeah. If we were just better to each other, this world, like everybody put in the effort to be better to one another, it'd be so much better. Yeah. It'd be no problems. No like drama, think of all the problems.
Like, bro, at the end of the day, right? Like seeing is to believe, right? You see it, you believe it, right? But if you were to take a bucket of water, right? Every different color bucket of water, right? It'd be a blue bucket, orange bucket, black bucket, and then just fill up with water, right? But you cover up the lids, right? And I just have you be like, drink from each one, right? You'd be like, this is water, this is water, this is water. We're just those containers with different colors, but in the inside, we're all the same.
Yeah.
So, like, being racist and a piece of shit to other people just because they look different,
doesn't even make sense.
Sound different. But at the end of the day, we all bleed the same. We came in this earth the same way, and we gonna leave the same way.
Yep. Nobody's better than anybody else.
Yeah, your shit don't stink. Like, it do stink.
It do
Everybody
stink. You stank. Yeah. I
everybody.
smelt it today. It was stank.
Yeah. I brushed my teeth.
Your breath is hot in the morning. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, exactly. But
everybody gotta sleep.
Don't act like you're better than someone else. Everyone has their own skills and unique, and what they choose to provide their skills and their mindset to. Yeah, okay, cool. You're better at basketball, but don't treat me like shit because I never decided to learn how to play it.
Yeah, I might be. Cause not everybody could be good or excellent at everything.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
one person. Like LeBron James is great at basketball, but can he edit a video? Can he shoot a movie?
No, he pay people to do that probably.
Yeah.
Right? So, but see, the thing is like it's just all how you choose to use your time. But like again, at the end of the day, we're the exact same. Like, if we both get cut in the same spot, we're gonna bleed.
Yeah,
right? It's like the blood in us is the same. We're just different containers, but hosting the same type of soul.
So hopefully, Knives will realize that in the show that the plants and the humans can come together and be whole.
Hopefully.
That's the moral of the story. See, this is what comes out of good episodes, good stories.
Yeah.
So what did you rate this episode?
I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna have to give it a 9 because I'm going off for the first episode, the last episode, and this episode. I'm gonna give it a 9 because explain a lot. It didn't drag on. I didn't feel like I was watching.
I was on the edge of my seat the whole time.
Yeah, I just and it threw me for a loop because I thought Ludia was gonna die. That didn't happen.
Nope.
But we did see how Vash lost his arm.
I was surprised by how he lost his arm. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I have to agree. At first, I was like maybe an 8, but now talking about it, like how much it like surprises me.
Yeah,
like
it explained a lot. Like
with the beast, and made me feel bad for Knives, Vash's arm.
Yeah, Ludia trying to fill the world with flowers and plants. Like
Meryl doesn't even know what that is.
Yeah, because like they give oxygen, provide nutrients for the world, which makes it a lot easier on plants.
A lot going on.
Yeah, so I was like, that makes sense. And like, Roberto was like, that's a stupid idea, but whatever. You sound like Vash.
Yeah.
That's where he got his mindset from.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Vash always makes them.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Vash always makes them change their mind because he's unwavering on his principles. So that's what I like about him. 9. This is a great episode. Another great episode. And I'm just praying that they have a second season because they need it. I need this to keep on going. So, anything else you guys say about this episode?
No, I'm good.
All right. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the support.
Always.
And we'll see you in the next dimension.